Welcome to Park Circle. Join me in meditating on Isaiah 66, verses 1 through 16, as I play some disc golf and seek to glorify the Lord for His Word, for His world, and for His Redeemer. Here at the end of Isaiah, chapter 66 starts, as many other chapters have, with the Lord declaring exactly who He is. That heaven is His throne, the earth is His footstool, all things have been made by Him. God establishes that He is the creator of all things, and therefore no house or temple built by man will properly serve Him. Instead, they must look to Him for their very life and being. And as we need to look to the Lord as our Creator, the Lord also tells us that He looks to the one who is humble and contrite, who trembles at His word, seeing God rightly as He truly is and responding in obedience. Verse 3 starts a portrait of a different kind of man, one who is not humble and contrite, but rather who attempts to maintain all the external behaviors, but that God sees in a totally different light from what we might expect. Their sacrifices are idolatrous abominations. They love their evil and their crooked ways. Because they refused to listen when the Lord called and delighted in their sin and abominations, the Lord has chosen to treat them harshly and with good reason. To choose what the Lord has declared as evil put you on some terrifyingly poor footing. In verse 5, the Lord speaks comfort to those who tremble at His word, and He says, "You whose brothers have cast you out, who have mocked you for desiring to see the Lord glorified, know that it is they who will be put to shame." The Lord will rise up and recompense against His people. There's a uproar in the city. Noise from the temple as the Lord rouses Himself to do justice. In verses 7 through 9, we see a new metaphor. The Lord speaking of a woman giving birth, of Him bringing forth a child and a nation without the pains of labor. It's a odd set of metaphors, but we embrace that God is the one who causes nations to be brought about. And because of this, those who were mourning over the loss of Jerusalem and the overthrowing of God's place and city are called to rejoice that He has restored Jerusalem's joy. Starting in verse 12, we see that the reason for this is that God will restore the fortunes of Jerusalem, and she shall care for the children of God, those who have been forsaken by their brothers, like a mother nursing a child and carrying a toddler on her hip. The Lord will extend peace like a river as He cares for His people. This is exceedingly good news for God's people. In this way, God will comfort His people. We're told that we'll see and our hearts will rejoice in that day at the comfort that the Lord is bringing to His people. Those servants who were looking to the hand of the Lord just a couple of weeks ago, they shall know the hand of the Lord. And the Lord will express His indignation against all His enemies as He comes in a chariot of fire. And by fire, the Lord will enter into judgment against His enemies. There's a lot going on in these 16 verses, but can you see the contours of the gospel? God revealing Himself to His people. God will not be mocked by mere external forms when a person's heart is far from Him. But the Lord receives the humble and contrite of spirit, listening to them, meeting their every need. He's emerged from the temple with a shout of triumph as the curtain was torn in two at the cross of Christ. And in one go, he has birthed a people for himself, a church founded at Pentecost. And he now cares for his people as a mother nursing a child, bouncing a toddler on her hip. That's how he cares for you and me. And we look forward in hope to that day when the Lord will return in whirlwinds of fire to bring judgment upon his enemies and to do good to his people. So let's rejoice in Christ today, knowing that he is coming, that he has borne our sin and shame at the cross and is coming again in glory and power and triumph. And let's meditate on his word, that we might be humble and contrite in spirit, unsatisfied with mere external obedience, rather trembling at his word as we wait for him with patience. And enjoy some disc golf. Maybe join me again next time.